Hello again! What's up, everybody? It's HTG Brian here, and we've got some Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 2 DLC story for LEGO Marvel Superheroes 2. Check it out, we're going to get a trophy achievement for completing the level. We're also going to get a trophy achievement for completing the level with the True Believer stud requirement, which gives us that second gold brick, as you can see on the right. And hey, a couple of you have asked me, how do I access my DLC? I've purchased it, downloaded it, but I can't quite find it. So we're going to go ahead and show you. From the main menu, you're going to choose the add-on content selection point, and it's going to take you into the store. You're going to make sure you get all those character packs as well as this level download. Once you go ahead and queue it up, it shouldn't take long, depending on your internet connection, that is, and then it should be fully installed into your game. Once that has happened, we're going to go ahead and fire up the game and load like normally, but instead of going to map and toggling to levels to find that, we're going to go ahead and show you right now. It's not here. I don't know why they did it this way, but I guess by adding it into the Extras tab, that kind of makes sense. However, we've used Extras in the past from our Start menu to go ahead and talk about, like, cheat codes and other things like that. So, red bricks, pink bricks, things. Anyhow, we'll go ahead and choose the Awesome Mix Volume 2 story, and we'll go ahead and get to getting.
So, I guess you guys love the game so much you came back for more, right? Right, so the Guardians of the Galaxy are on this crazy-looking planet called the Sovereign, run by these guys called, the Sovereign. Bet that took some work, huh? Star-Lord's a guy, Gamora's a girl, except she's green, Drax is a big guy, except he's angry-looking, Rocket's a guy too, except he's a raccoon, and Groot's a tree. So yeah, they're all on this planet thing waiting for an interdimensional beast to show up. Kind of an alien squid shark sort of thing. It feeds on the batteries that power the planet, so the guys have been hired to stop it before it chows down. So, they're good to go. Rocket's got his sound system set up for some awesome tunes while they fight. Just needs plugging in. So, what you waiting for? Get in there and kick tails!
These bad guys don't give up. They almost remind me of my sister.
He's so cute and tiny and precious, I want to hug him. I mean, he should probably get in there and stop his friends from being completely devoured. But he's dancing!
Now, it's probably a little too late for a official spoiler alert, but this is pretty much taken right out of the opening scene of the movie. So if you haven't seen it yet, you might want to go ahead and press pause and go watch that right quick. Last I checked, it was on Netflix and some other places, but if you're going to go ahead and play through the level, what we got to do is pick up these batteries. Now, there are 5 or 6 batteries scattered throughout. What we got to do is use a strong character like Drax. Well, I guess he's the only strong character we got right now. To go ahead and pick one of those up, you got to wait for that big guy to go ahead and open up his mouth. And once he does, go ahead and pow him right in the kissa with one of them batteries. That's right, we'll go ahead and charge him up the Energizer battery way. We'll knock his block off, I guess, is what I usually say. But essentially, you have to do this 3 times. It's the rule of 3. And once that third heart gets removed, it takes you into another kind of battle sequence, which we'll take on in a second. Now, you might want to pay attention, as there are quite a few bluesies floating around him. And there's a bunch of stuff going on in the exterior. Now, if you get too close, like you just saw me do, I actually got my battery knocked off. And, you know, I had to play this level twice because I made a mistake. And I'm not sure these batteries respawn. I actually used them all in my first attempt, and that's why, one of the reasons why I restarted. Hopefully that won't be a factor for you, though. But all right, once you get all 3 of them hearts depleted, we're going to go ahead and move on to the next section, which shows him puking out some boxes. And we're going to go ahead and bust them up and see what we can do with them. As it turns out, it actually gives us a handful of buildable bricks, which we can assemble into, it's sort of like, you know, I don't even know what to call it. It's like a weird vehicle It's like a one-wheeled roundabout. I don't even know where this is from. It's kind of crazy. I'm trying to think of something I've seen it in. It's like a, I don't even know. All right, truth alert, truth alert. I just stopped my recording and I went and did some Googling. I found it to be called a monocycle. That's what it kind of looks like. I don't know if that's what it's supposed to be. We've seen it in some movies, and I couldn't come up with any of the staple movies that I can remember it from, but it's pretty cool, and we'll go ahead and build it up. Really what it ends up being is like a little cockpit, and we have to build it up so that we can go ahead and access it and call in one of our remote planes. Now, again, this is pretty much like it's pulled out of the movie, very similar to what we've seen in the beginning scene with Groot dancing around, the big pink squid-like bad guy, but what we got to do here is go ahead and get our pew-pew on. So we'll go ahead and hop in our little cockpit here and take control over the floating drone and get our pew-pew on. That's right, we'll go ahead and deplete that meter. In fact, this is really simple, but it is a little time-consuming. That's all that happens here. Now you can see, or maybe hear, Stan Lee calling for help. As it turns out, he is not far away, and we will go ahead and grab him as well as the 10 mini kits when we come back and play the free play, which, trust me, it won't be long. And, you know, for whatever reason, this was something that I kind of, I had to ask Tyler about. We went back and forth about this for a minute because he thought he remembered one, but then he couldn't remember, and then he realized, nope, there isn't one. But for whatever reason, there's no character tokens in the DLC. Now, that's really wonky, as every other level offers story and free play. In the story, you have to find a character token, so I'm not sure why that was, but hey, meter officially depleted. Now, once this officially, yep, here we go. I was going to say, once the meter's officially gone and removed, the game kind of slams down one of these tentacles, and the drone goes out of control, oh no, and crashes into the ground, giving us some buildable bricks, which we will use, and if my memory serves me correctly, it actually gets built into a gravity booster that we can go ahead and throw one of those on there, and, you know, you have that tractor beam-like effect, and we'll see what happens. All right, so I see the gravity booster. Oh yeah, that's right. There's a purple and a couple of bluesies twosie tucked in behind them speakers. You might want to grab them. But all right, we've got that built up, and it was a gravity booster, so we will switch on over to Star-Lord and toss one of them on there. I love it too. She calls him Star Munch. I'm not sure where that comes from, but hilarious. Anyways, but okay, so once you use that gravity booster, it's going to go ahead and suck a bunch of pieces down, which gives us a Circus Cannon. What? What's going to happen here is Drax is going to hop in. We're going to pow that thing right in the target, right in the back. It's going to launch Drax into that monster, and then we're going to be inside this thing. So he has this notion. He thinks that he can rip this bad boy open from the inside, and, well, it's a little different than the movie right here, but I'll go ahead and let the game take over. Quick time event, and we are off. Hey!
We are victorious! Again! The Guardians sure are pretty good at guarding the galaxy. From abelisks, at least. All that remains now is for them to take their reward from the Sovereign. But hold on just 1 second. Is that Rocket helping himself? Remember, kids, stealing is wrong. Unless you're a space raccoon, and it's bound to lead to trouble with their client. But, that's a whole other story, I guess. Maybe catch it in a movie or something? Laters!
See, even Gwenpool is dishing out spoiler alerts telling us to watch the movies. But anyhow, that's actually going to wrap it up for Awesome Mix Volume 2 DLC Story. We got that Galaxy Won't Save Itself, and I did it because I wanted to. Trophy achievements. And of course, we unlocked that free play. Got a couple of gold bricks, one for completing the story, one for getting that True Believer requirement, and of course, no mini kits and no Lee freeing. That's right, we're going to come back to freely and grab those mini kits here in a future video. Now, however, there is not a character token awarded or hidden, but we actually unlock a buttload of new characters that are all Lego Guardians of the Galaxy. That's right. So we already have most of these guys. Get some new additions of some, and ooh, Ego, that's right, he is that's the what's his name edition from the movie, not like the Planet edition from the comic book. We also get a couple of other characters I'm actually not really familiar with. This guy, he's the kind of the star of the movie on the back end of it. He's like the unsung hero, so to speak. And I believe that is Sylvester Stallone's part in the movie, but I'm not sure. Once you get outside of the main spotlight of these guys, I am not really sure who they are or what they do. So with that being said, I think we're going to go ahead and do some character pack evaluations. Go ahead and check those 3 or 4 character packs out one by one and see what they look like and all the characters and what they do. What do you guys think about that? Is that something you would watch? Hopefully you're even hanging out to even answer that question. But hey, check us out on social media if you don't already. We have a Thumbie must-see video, which is probably not must-see, but maybe might-see. And of course, HappyThumbsGaming.com has exclusive content like trophy achievement guides. But hey, that's going to wrap it up for me. As always, until next time, see ya!